Alright, first things first, Djimmi the Great is absolute garbage. He is the worst. When he starts out, he uses one of three random phases. So the first one, the easiest one, are the swords. So as you can see, it's really not that hard to dodge. If you're having trouble dodging this, just pay more attention. Honestly, it's all I can really say. It's the easiest one by far. Next, Djimmi reaches up into his butthole and he shoots out all the things that have been rammed up there for the past 15 years. So this one's really tricky because it's kind of random, but the trick is to keep moving up and down you want to move enough so that there are gaps in between the objects. And if you see something pink in there, you go and you grab it. But you should have enough to get 5. I like using a super in the first phase. And if you're really unlucky, you get the cats, and I really don't like the cats. But the trick is, you have to make very wide dodges. So you see me, I'm going all the way around. If you see a pink in there, you grab it, but don't go out of your way. Sometimes they're so closely clustered with the other cats, it's not worth getting hit over. But by making very wide dodges, you should be able to steer them off course enough to get another super. So, if you didn't manage to get 5 bars and drop a bomb on him, it's really not a huge deal. So, this phase, it's really frustrating, but it's not because it's hard, but because it's actually really easy. I mean, like, it's really simple. You dodge the razor blades and you shoot the parts where his face are. It's not rocket science. But it's so frustrating because when you fuck it up, it's the worst feeling in the world, especially if you get through the first part flawlessly and you run into a wall. It feels terrible. Now, can someone please in the comments explain what the fuck is happening with this one? It's obviously very easy, just do what I'm doing, and if you haven't used your super in the first phase, use it now, and it's over very quickly, but it's just weird as hell. Now this is the infamous one, because there's everyone's favorite, Cuppet. I don't like this one at all. It really shouldn't be hard, but the fact that the turban follows you around, it really distracts me, and that's what gets you, right? It's really distracting. So similar to the cats, dodge as far away as you can as possible while still shooting Cuppet. And because he shoots a pink projectile every 3 or 4 bullets, you should have more than enough to get a super in. If your internet penis is very large, you might be able to get it too, but mine definitely isn't. Once you get to this last phase, you have to be very careful of his forehead projectile and the eyes that show up on the pyramid. When you see an eye open up, you haul ass to the other side of the screen. You make sure that there is no way the eye will hit you. The important thing is you don't panic when you see the eye opening. Djimmi the Great isn't an annoying boss because he's hard, and because he's not that hard. None of the phases are particularly difficult. It's because it's so long. All the bombs and all the supers I'm using, and I only managed to get 1 minute 55. So play aggressive, and you should be fine for the S rank. Later.